After I got terminated from Builders Capital, I attempted to sue the company. So one of the attorneys that I contacted was Frank Fried in Washington. And then later on, when the crimes started, and I was working at Ford at that time, I met with Gergis on one day, on another day, and then we went to a nearby cafe of his suggestion. And then we then decided to go on a walk next to that cafe after, in which we did. So right after we started walking next to that cafe on the street, I noticed a text that said "freed" was written on the on one of the large trash bins that were placed next to that cafe, and that text was written very big in red, and it appeared like as if someone written it with a chalk. And then right after I noticed that text, I noticed that in front of it on the ground, I noticed about 4 or 5 things placed on the ground that looked like human fingers in terms of the shape, the look, everything. I even thought that at the first glance, I thought that they are actually human fingers, like being cut or something, and they are on the ground like that. But then I realized that they're just something that looked like human fingers. These were placed on the ground right in front of the text that said "freed" in red, very big, right after we started walking next to that cafe. And then a few minutes after, Gergis suggested that we go to a Mediterranean restaurant of his suggestion as well, that he's aware of. And then we crossed the street, we went to the restaurant, and right after we sat there, I was looking around for a fork, basically, or something to eat with. And then Gergis was sitting in front of me on the table, and he looked at me at that time. He noticed me that I'm looking for something to eat with, and he was like, "What are you looking for? Are you looking for a fork?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, your hands is a human fork." In that manner, exactly like that. He literally told me that. He literally looked at my face in the eye. He was like, "Your hands is a human fork," like that. That is an FBI agent. Right after I saw those things on the ground that looked like human fingers being cut and placed on the ground, they were placed in front of the free text that matched the name of the portion of the name of the company of the law firm that I tried to contact to get in touch with to sue Builders Capital. And then after we towards the end of our seating in that restaurant, and then when we were checking out, basically the owners of the restaurant, there were only 2 of working inside that restaurant at that time, and there were no other customers. Pretty much we were the only people inside that restaurant at that time. And then the lady, the owner, who's supposedly the wife of the other owner, she was like, sorry about that, I'm really tired. She said, apparently Gergis knows them from the past, and during the seating, actually, he told me, "Well, these are Muslims from Syria, but they are good people like that. I'm not discriminating about anyone, honestly. No religion, no race, no nothing. I'm just saying what he told me. And apparently he knew them from previously. And then, anyways, when we started checking out, she was like, she mentioned, she listed all the names, literally all the names and the families at the church that I go to, St. Mary's Coptic Orthodox Church, in Linwood, Washington. Every single name, from parents to kids, everything. She listed them as if, as if someone, as if she's having a list in front of her, and she's literally boom, 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 like that. And it's not very common in our culture, as a Christian, Coptic Orthodox Christian who's originally from Egypt to, I mean, we are a closed community to some extent, and for that person being from another religion, not discriminating, it's not very common that she's aware of all these people. Well, maybe two, three, maybe a little bit more, but not all, not the entire church, correct? But anyways, she listed all the names, and then she suddenly looked at me, and she said, I don't know, she said something else, and then she was like, looked at me, and then she was like, career change, like that, career change. I didn't understand it at that time, but it was just concerning to me. And then, but anyways, a few days after, maybe a few weeks after, when I looked up that person, her husband, who's the other owner of that restaurant, who is cooking for us, who actually cooked for us the food that we ate. I looked him up on the internet, I did some research, and I was able to find that that person, he's actually the president, or the former president of the FIFA in Egypt. And his name is Gamal Alam, and the English pronunciation will be Gamal Alam. So he's the one that cooked the food for us. So it's kind of weird, This is one of the reasons as well that that criminal network is considering those crimes against myself, and with the conflict to CIA, they are considering it as a game. This is one of the preliminary factors or elements that implicates to this implication that they are referring to. But anyways, I'm really tired. Sorry about that. Really apologize that I'm mispronouncing some keywords. It's due to the reported chip that I've been documenting about and publishing other videos about. It's really affecting me, and I'm just trying to cope with the situation right now, and it's just bad. It's annoying that every single time that I try to document or prove an evidence against the FBI, that chip symptoms just suddenly rise up, and I'm not doing anything pretty much, or I'm just hanging around. They just disappear, or maybe they disappear during the flights. So it's there is a discrepancy here. But anyways, this is one of the events that I wanted to say, and make sure to check the links in the caption, the comments, and hopefully this gets to the light and people know how bad the to what extent the FBI corruption exists in this country, and how is it affecting all these people and the economy and everything, and that's it.